What you saying, you man? We're back. Or I'm back. Don't think the other guy's going to be here, unfortunately. Not going to see me on screen. This video, as you can tell by the title probably, 11-12 season. Great season. Loads of people have looked at the 11-12 season. But that's them looking at it individually. I'm looking at it like as a whole. I mean, me personally, don't have a stake in this. I'm an Arsenal fan. Nothing happened for us in the 11-12. No, nothing happened. But yeah, into the video. The first league we're getting into right now, gonna be, that league that some people might call a farmers league. Not me, of course. I rate this league quite highly. They got a lot of tricky wingers, dribblers, loads of technical midfielders, stuff I sort of like to watch. Everyone likes to watch. That is, of course, Ligue 1, Uber Eats Ligue 1, McDonald's Ligue 1, whatever it's called these days. Ligue 1, top division in France. You may be asking me, what happened in France? Didn't PSG just win it like they always do? Or didn't they spend 100 million or whatever? No! This was 2011-2012. This was actually the first year where Nasser El-Khalafi, or El-Khalifi...
Idiots! You can't even speak Arabic! You can't even read your own mother tongue, boy!
I can't speak Arabic, but, his name's a bit hard. His investment came in with the QSI, Qatar Sports Investment. They bought PSG. Before them, it was still a farmers league because Lyon just won it like 9 seasons in a row. You might be asking, who did they buy with all this big money? Well, they signed 9 players that summer. Now, I know certain clubs, Chelsea, have made 9 players in a summer look trivial, but 9 players in one summer back then was insane. Basically unheard of. It came all the way up to 78.39 million. Now, I know you've heard me say back then, but back then, big money. Their free signing was their backup keeper, Nicolas Duché, from Stade Rennais. I got the pronunciation on lock, I know. Their bulk of their money was on a certain midfielder from Palermo. Very, very aesthetically pleasing, tricky little number 10, tall but great dribbler, Javier Pastore, for 37.8 mil. Big spenders from the top of the league, as you would expect, PSG. But then you go down to the lower ranks and you got little old Montpellier, who only signed 3 players, only 1.8 million being spent. They got a guy called Henry Bedimo from Lens in Ligue 2. From the January transfer window, the league was looking as you'd expect maybe. You had PSG on top. But little old Montpellier, they were doing quite decent. They were second. Only spending 1.8 mil, remember. PSG were only 3 points ahead of them. PSG spent 18 million in the January transfer window. And most of that was on Thiago Motta, 10 million. Defensive midfielder from Inter Milan. Played for Barca, played for Inter. Montpellier, on the other hand, they spent no money. They said, we're second. We probably expected to be 15th maybe at a push. 3 most notable players I'd say that we would know of: Younes Belhanda, Remy Cabella, and of course Olivier Giroud. We skip to match day 29. Montpellier, they finally catch up to PSG and they go top of the table in goal difference. They then extended their lead in the very next match after PSG lost 2-1 to mid-table Nancy, and Montpellier beat Marseille, big Marseille, 3-0. And since they went 3 points clear of PSG, they sort of stayed first until the last game of the season. But they had an equal goal difference. So if they lost the game in the league and PSG won, PSG would clinch the title. Now, surprisingly, in that last game of the season, both teams would actually go 1-0 down within 30 minutes. But a certain player, who you might have heard of if you're old enough, used to play for Portsmouth, winger John Utaka, Nigerian winger, he scored, making it 1-1 at half-time. PSG, however, weren't so lucky. They went in at half-time 1-0 down, and I'm sure in the locker room they saw that Montpellier were 1-1, meaning that if things stood as they did, Montpellier would win the league. 15 minutes into the second half, who else would score for PSG but their main signing from the summer, Javier Pastore? He made it 1-1, and then on the 75th minute mark, the other marquee signing for PSG, Thiago Motta, not Nicolas Duché obviously, would score to make it 2-1. Now you might be thinking, oh, PSG fans must have been up in arms, being, oh yes, we're gonna win we might win the league here. But unfortunately, that man again would come in to score, get in his brace, John Utaka, or Utaka, I still don't know how to say his name properly. He would score the goal that would inevitably let Montpellier win the Ligue 1 title, netting the brace in the 76th minute. Olivier Giroud and Nene, who was at PSG, a lot of you guys won't know him, Brazilian forward before the big money came in, great player. Both ended up top goal scorers that season, both getting 21 goals, followed closely by a certain player who would come to the Premier League. You know, he didn't do much when he was here though. Loads of people say other players were better than him, because they were. You know, he's just a bit part player in the Premier League. His name was Eden Hazard. I don't even think you guys would remember him. He was 21 years old at the time and he scored 20 goals. He also picked up the Ligue 1 Player of the Season award. Pretty crazy for a bit part player, right? Helping Lille finish third that season. The player to win Ligue 1 Young Player of the Year was a certain player that we've already spoken about from Montpellier that goes by the name of Younes Belhanda. Moroccan, 10/winger sometimes. I thought we would win the AFCON with him. We fucking didn't. We fucking stink. But inshallah we do.